That was not ground!
Oh no! As Chester just pointed out, we found Chester Road. Probably not the best place to do an introduction, but good morning! Welcome back to our channel. It's been a little while, at least for us, since we've done our last wander about 2 weeks ago. This morning we're just taking you on a random little walk through Branksome Woods. Well, it's actually Branksome Chine. So Branksome Chine leads all the way down to Branksome Beach, which we'll probably end this wander at today. Or we might just keep going, who knows. Branksome Chine does hold a lot of history that even we didn't know about. It's a walk that we've done many times before, but once you actually look online and see what there is here, it's absolutely amazing. We're also going to take you to a house that belonged to someone who well, is very special to, well, us, and it will be special to anyone who loves the fantasy genre. We're not going to say who, but let's go have a look.
We are walking through Branksome Woods right now, and as you can see around us, the people who created this place back in the 1800s wanted to keep it natural. Saying that, back then it was a lot better maintained. They were given a compliment by, wasn't it the Chancellor?
I believe so.
Yeah, a lady Chancellor, saying that Bournemouth was the home of gardens because of Branksome. It's gone a bit wild since then, but still beautiful here. And this is about a 40-minute or half an hour walk, depending on your walking speed, down to the beach. And as we get closer, there is a stream that runs through here. I believe it's the Bourne stream, or the Bourne River would be classed as a river. It's very small. We'll look down here actually. It is very much a stream. Even when it's rained a lot, it's a bit heavier, but not by much. And you see the rocks that they used to create this area. That's actually Purbeck stone. And there's a church up there, which we'll show you later, that's also made out of Purbeck stone and has a very strong link to the people, or should I say family, that contributed to the creation of Branksome Woods and the surrounding area. We'll go more into that later.
Probably don't actually need the glasses today, thinking about it, but this is actually our second time attempting this wander, because the first time we tried, poor Mr. Chester was having a really funny day. He just was pulling and barking and just yapping and running all over the place. He just wouldn't listen to anything we were saying. There was just something not right with him that day. So we decided to stop filming, but we still did the walk just to try and burn off his energy, and by the end of the day he was fine. It was just, never seen him like that before. Because of that, you might switch back and forth between our first wanders footage and this wanders footage. The first wander we did here was actually really nice. Bright blue sky and just really warm. Well, today's a bit, you can see, a bit overcast, a bit miserable. It's still a really nice walk. I don't think we'll be wearing jumpers for too much more, because we're banging summer now, so it's really nice. Has Chester even noticed yet? Morning.
I don't exactly notice.
Here we go. I'm so sorry, we took you by surprise.
Oh, Chester's so exciting. He didn't even notice, buddy. Chester, come on. Come on, good boy.
That never happens. Chester's usually the first to see a dog a mile away. We still have to do some adjustment training with Chester when he does get all feisty, because he goes into this red mist and he just won't listen. So we have to kind of snap him out of it by either doing like spontaneous training or just walking him back and forth. It calms him down. Still got a long way to go. He actually turned 10 months yesterday, so he's going to be a year old in no time. So the main path to Branksome Chine is down that way. We were going to keep going that way, but We believe the house we want to show you is up this way, so let's have a look. If it isn't, we've got no idea where we're taking you. Let's find out.
Wait. I think it's this way.
Oh, it is. Yeah, we definitely took the long way last time, didn't we?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so the house is right over here. So behind us once stood a bungalow owned by J.R.R. Tolkien, the author of The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. They moved down here to escape the fame in Oxford from the popularity of his books, as you can imagine. They moved into a bungalow here. There's a bit of a sad story, because as you can see here, there's now two properties here, but it's now called Luthien House and Baron House, and that's because the original property that they moved into was demolished in 2008. I'm not sure why it was demolished, but it was. But in honour of Tolkien and Edith, they converted the bungalow into two separate properties and named them Luthien House and Baron House. That is one silly puppy. And we'll go into why it's called Luthien House and Baron House in a moment. I'll take you down to the beach and explain. Chester's having a great time.
The story behind the names of the two properties where Tolkien's house once stood is a beautiful but sad tale.
Long before The Lord of the Rings, Tolkien returned from the Battle of the Somme with trench fever. He used this time to write the first draft of a story featuring two characters.
The story, simply called Beren and Luthien, is about an immortal human and an immortal elf who fall in love.
The characters Luthien and Beren share remarkable similarities with Edith and Tolkien, especially in how they met.
Beren suffered a traumatic experience but then escaped it, and met Luthien in the woods surrounded by hemlock.
After Tolkien was deemed unfit to go back to war, he met Edith in the woods one day, and she was also surrounded by hemlock.
When Edith died before Tolkien in 1971, he wrote to his son, "The story has gone crooked and I am left," which reflected on how the immortal elf died before the mortal man.
After their bungalow was demolished in 2008, they honoured their memory through Tolkien's sentiment to those characters, naming one Luthien House and the other Baron House.
The names Luthien and Beren are also engraved on Edith's and Tolkien's shared grave in Oxford.
It's easy to see how this is a great place to escape. I think Tolkien and Edith made a good choice by moving down here to escape the madness. Because you've got the beach right over here, you've got this quiet walk all the way through. It's just lovely. I mean, it's still beautiful on an overcast day. You can just imagine what it's like with full blue sun everywhere. I think our last footage had that. I'll pop some in now if we did show you the comparison. But yeah, so peaceful. You wouldn't believe you would be surrounded by a busy Bournemouth. Oh, is this actually still a pool, isn't it?
Kind of in between.
Yeah, I think so. Let's go, puppy. But as Hoy was saying at the beginning of the wander, this place was a Victorian paradise. They converted it into these big luscious gardens full of all these, they look quite tropical plants, which I think they've still got some now, but I don't think it was like it was back in the day. But it was really cute. They had tea rooms along the walk, like a Victorian tea room, which was housed in a little thatched cottage. I don't think we can put any of the images up that I found. I believe they're postcards. We can recreate them for you, which we'll show you now if we can. It looks so cute back in the day. It's a shame it's not quite the same now, but things change, don't they? We're not Victorian. I think that's a good thing. Look how green it is. So lovely. One thing I wish they had though, is more poop bins. I'm carrying 3 poops at the moment. Our little puppy is a machine. As Hoy pointed out before, all this here is Purbeck stone, lugged all the way from the Purbecks. I mean, it's not too far, but back in the day I wouldn't want to have lugged it all this far. Falling apart a little bit, it's crumbling away here and there due to erosion. For the most part, it's all good. It is infested with little rats though. There's a big one there. Egg is a rat.
Rat on a leaf.
Yeah. Oop.
You want to get out?
Is it spooky?
Good boy. Ooh, big
Wow.
jump.
I'm amazed he did that. Well done, puppy.
You're more capable than you let us know.
Yeah. He's a little liar. Half the time he can't get up a step that's like, I don't know, like that high up sometimes, but can jump up that, no problem. That's a decent way down. A real decent way. I think puppy's been playing us this whole time. Good boy. Looks like they've tried to recreate a bit of that Victorian garden feel here. Just a random fun fact about Tolkien. Before he wrote his books, the word hobbit didn't exist. It wasn't in any dictionaries or anything. He completely made it up. And now it's in a dictionary. Who would have knew? I didn't even know it was in a dictionary, but hey, shows you what words can be invented. Don't know what the definition is. I have to look it up and let you know. We're coming up to the end of the chime, which is where the old thatched tea room would have been back in the day. So it's around here where the tea rooms were. I believe it was just over there before you head over to the road onto the beach. Another little fact is you can probably see how this swerves and curves through. Oh, that was done deliberately to make it look like it was following the south coast of England. So if you saw it that this side's the south coast, there was a little island in the middle of the river or stream that represented the Isle of Wight. And apparently you used to be able to see kids daring each other to try and jump from the south coast of England to the Isle of Wight and back again. And apparently there was lots of wet feet, as you can imagine. It definitely looks a bit different now. It's quite overgrown and yeah, it's not in its prime. It's in its summer prime, but not in its maintenance prime, if you know what I mean. At long last, a bin.
Boy.
So the Isle of Wight would have been over here somewhere, but it was removed for some unknown reason. You can see I do need to kind of clear this out. It's getting a bit cloggy, a little bit wild and cloggy. And here we are at the beach. Looks like there's quite a big event going on at the moment.
Wait. Cross. Hill.
Chester's getting very excited and trying to strangle himself. So is Hoy.
Yeah, I'm not strangling myself. No. Chester, come on.
Good boy, puppy. Here we are at the beach. You probably haven't seen Chester at the beach since he was a puppy around Christmas time. It's been a while. Well, only like 6 months, but it feels like a long time. Some sort of surf life-saving event going on at the moment. They're actually quite common on Bournemouth Beach. Well, this is actually Poole, but Bournemouth's a bit further over that way. They've actually constructed quite a big life-saving place over there on Bournemouth Beach. And in Poole, back that way, there's the RNL, I can never say it right, RNLI, lifeguard college, where they train up a lot of people. Another little fact about Branksome Chine is that back in the day, I think like 1700s, it was a smuggler's paradise. Apparently people didn't used to come down to Branksome Beach because it was quite dangerous. Lots of people smuggling in all sorts of goods like rum, wine. You can just imagine all sorts of different things. Didn't dare come down here in case you stumbled across something you weren't meant to and were made to be quiet about it, let's say. Well, these are all abandoned today, but give it a sunny day, especially in like a month or two, they'll just be completely jam-packed with people. And that's definitely when you will not find us on this beach. You'll find us inland in a forest somewhere, probably somewhere like the New Forest, escaping the chaos. I'll pop another photo up of what it's like here during a proper summer's day, especially during the school holidays, which is just, I think it's a week or two away now. It's just utter madness. It kind of ruins it for us. We leave the beach whenever the school holidays start because it gets so chaotic. But now, this is fine. What's wrong, Pop-Up? You don't want to leave the beach, do you? Good boy, puppy. Back into the chime. What you doing, puppy? What are you doing? Oh no!
There's a nice clean bit just up round the corner.
Yeah. Thank you. Oh, Chester. Oh, buddy, he splattered me.
Oh no!
I know, we'll pick it up. Chester, come on, buddy.
Well, Chester just learnt a very, very valuable lesson. All ground is not ground. He went straight in there. Right in there. Poor Pop. Well, at least that shows that all this is actually just built up leaves and sediment and all sorts. It's not just shallow, it's very clogged. And if we follow these very muddy little footsteps, we'll find our little rat. That's definitely the muddiest he's ever gotten, so he's gonna get a bath when he gets home. He's not gonna like it at all. Oh, puppy. Oh, puppy. Should we chuck him in here? Chester, you're gonna have a dunk. Good boy. That's gonna get some of it off, but not all of it.
You're going back in, mate.
Nothing can wash away your filth, Mr. Chester.
No, you're too dirty. This way. Come here.
Oh. Uh-oh, don't shake, don't shake. There we go.
Oh, look at your harness. Everything's such a mess. Oh no.
Puppy.
Your harness has completely changed colour. Come on then, let's go.
That's one thing, Chester absolutely hates baths. Like, he avoids it like the plague, but he goes absolutely crazy afterwards.
Huh?
You drying off, puppy?
You're just making yourself more muddy.
That leg.
Yeah.
What's with this leg?
What was that? What was that?
Come on, puppy. You can see the efforts they've put in to try and stop all the erosion. Because if this wasn't here, all this would be gone. There's a section up there a bit further where you can see where the erosion's just completely taken out a fence line. We won't get there today to show you, unfortunately, but yeah, it's good they are trying to preserve it as much as possible. Otherwise that happens. Yeah, even if all the efforts they make to prevent erosion still happens. There was an event that happened near Branksome Chine. I don't believe it was actually at Branksome Chine itself, but someone very important almost died there when they were younger. If they did die, it would have drastically changed history, especially World War II. I'm not going to say who it is, we'll leave that for another video, but yeah, I'm going to leave you hanging with that. We'll explore it one day, don't worry. We're going to show you one more place before we finish up on this wander, as Chester's getting a little bit restless. I think something about this area causes him to get quite hyper. I think it's just because of all the dog activity around here and all the smells and possibly the stream and all sorts. But yeah, one more place to show you and then we'll wrap this up. So behind us we have Branksome Church of All Saints, which was established in 1877, I think, based on memory. Let me just check my memory quickly. Yes, 1877, I memorised that perfectly. So it was established by someone called Henry Bury, and Edward Bury, who was part of the same family, became the first vicar of the church. And the church itself was created to support the growing community around Branksome Woods back in the day. And it's still doing so today. As you can see, the church itself is still very much in Branksome Woods itself, so it gives it quite a unique feel around this area. All other churches are on like exposed hills or just sort of tucked away in the corner. This one's right in the middle of a woodland.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, your hands just...
I know, everything's a mess.
Yeah, we'll call the wander quits here because Mr. needs a bath. He's actually quite smelly, which
Yes.
is nasty, but...
But if you did enjoy this wander, please like and subscribe to our channel so you can join us for more. We would love to have you there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Until next time, we're going to say goodbye. Say goodbye, Chester.
Good boy, puppy.
Boy.
Catch you later.
Bye.
Chester rates Branksome Chine 3 out of 5 paws. Even though he enjoyed the walk a lot more than the previous time, he also hated it because he knew he was going to have a bath after his extra stinky dip along the chime. He did seem to enjoy getting that mucky though.